Alright guys, so here it is, the new bike. It's a 2017 CRF250L. So it's the street legal version of a CRF250R, I guess. You could say that. But yeah, I picked this thing up a couple weeks ago. I just haven't had time to do anything with it. But super clean. It's got like 7,000 miles on it. Got a super good deal on it. It's not actually my bike though, it's my dad's bike. But he's let me take it on this ride and make a video on it. So kind of a first ride, I guess you could say. But yeah, this is pretty much it. We're gonna go strap on a GoPro and hit the trails with this thing and get a review on it. Alright guys, so here it is. I don't know how well you can hear, but this is it. It's a 2017 CRF250L. As you saw from the previous clips I just played. Now, when we got it, it didn't quite look like this. We've done a couple things to it. The first thing are these mirror blocks right here and here. So we got the old big mirrors off and then replaced them with these ones that actually fold down. And then we also put hand guards on it because we're going to be riding this thing on trails more than we are on the road. But on the road it's like super smooth. This thing is awesome. And it's not a torque monster. Like, this thing is hard to wheelie, but I mean it'll go pretty quick. Yeah, this is pretty much it. So it's got like I said earlier, we put the hand guards on it and everything. And the only other thing that it has on it is a full Yoshimura exhaust on it. As you can see, the guy before us did take a spill, so that's kind of unfortunate. It's a little scuffed up there, but functionality wise, everything's fine. It's perfect. It's got 7,000 miles on it basically. So yeah, we're gonna take this thing on the trails today. It looks freaking sick. This bike is awesome. Electric start. It's a 250. It's got passenger pegs and stuff like that here, and then the strap handle. But yeah, that's basically pretty much everything is done to us. So we are back here. We got some pretty sick trails up here in the woods. So we're gonna go give this thing first test drive. First thing I can notice already is it's pretty heavy. You can feel the weight. You know it's heavy just by like riding it and feeling it. But the suspension's like really good. It's super soft, obviously, because it's meant for road. But it feels really good on the trails. It doesn't like tire you out too much or anything. And this bike is pretty nimble for a street bike. So I mean, you can move it around pretty good. Kind of cruising through these trails here. Spent a couple weeks from back in the woods. We cleared out these trails. Get this giant downhill here. The handle's pretty good going through these big trails. So far, oh, it's a spider web. So far, I really like this bike. The one thing I noticed though is for woods use, one thing I would recommend would be a larger rear sprocket, because this thing is built for speed, not exactly the torquiest machine out there. It's a 250, so like if you put like a 52 sprocket on it, this thing will rip, but it won't go very fast. The rear sprocket on here is tiny, so I mean even a couple teeth bigger will help make it pull up these hills a little bit better. Let's see how sketchy this is. Got another big downhill here. There are a ton of spiderwebs here. Tons. even with this Yoshimura pipe on here, it's not a super loud bike. It's actually, like, when you're just cruising, it's actually fairly quiet. Obviously, when you get on it, this thing will rip. Oh, sketch. It's been a minute since I've been back on these trails, so they're a little overgrown. I know a lot of people have been talking about the 2019 CRF250L, and I guess you could say this is kind of like the little brother to it, being a 250. But they've had the 250L for a couple of years now, and from a price point, the 250 is way more affordable than the 450, and this bike is still awesome. I mean, it's got plenty of speed, and you can make it have more power just for that gearing change. I mean, on the trails, it's pretty fun, actually. It's a little heavy, but other than that, the thing handles good. Ow. See, got a little bit of rock here, but nothing this thing can't handle. Yeah, one of the big things was we wanted to get rid of, I don't know if you've seen a picture of like the stock mirrors on these bikes. The stock mirrors are gigantic, and I saw a video on YouTube with these mirrors right here. They're a little bit smaller, but they're a lot more low profile, and they can fold in, but I gotta trim it down to where they can fold in like past there, like that. But I gotta trim it down a little bit, but they can fold in so that you don't get a bunch of, you don't break them off like when you're in the woods like I am today. But these trails are pretty open, so they're not that bad. Yeah, this thing's pretty sick. I gotta turn around. This is where we stop making the trail because it doesn't really go anywhere else. And another cool safety feature on this bike, a lot of people have issues with, is with bikes with kickstands. A lot of people will like forget their down, or and they'll clip on the ground when they're riding. But when you push this kickstand down, when you're in gear, it kills the bike, so that there's no chance of that happening, which is cool, because that's happened to me before a couple times actually. So that's a cool little feature that Honda put on this bike, which is pretty sick. And then the lights on it are super bright. Like, I can see the light on a tree, and it's the middle of the day. Yeah, we're in a forest. It's pretty like it blocks a lot of light, but I mean, I can still see. See the light like in the middle of the day, but at night these things are super bright. Alright, I'm gonna try and get some third-person shots riding this thing here, because it's just me, so I got a tripod and stuff, so we're gonna see if we can't make that happen. trails are pretty rocky, and this thing is handling them really well. Probably because it's so heavy. Like a lighter bike would just be getting kicked around by all these rocks. This bike's just going right over them pretty well, actually. I'm pretty impressed. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it on this video. Yeah, that's pretty much it on this bike. Like I said, 2017 CRF250L. Overall thoughts, it's really good. I like it a lot. But the only downside I think it has is only having one radiator. Because it does get hot pretty quick, especially on the trails. Hang on, let me turn this down a little bit. But yeah, the fan was almost constantly on, just on the trails, but on the street, never had any issues with the fan, because obviously it's getting way more air. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty heavy on the trails, but it's still totally manageable. Super fun bike. It's got a ton of speed, but the one mod that I would do to this, the Yoshimura helps a ton. But it's this rear sprocket is what I would change out right here. This rear sprocket is what I would change because it is tiny compared to a normal sprocket for like a regular motocross or trail bike. I mean, if I was doing mainly street on this thing, I would keep that on there, but I'm not. So I think I'm gonna actually upgrade to a larger rear sprocket. But that's basically it.